So this is the end of year 6. Is that right?
The end of year 6.
How we feeling?
I mean, it's like in dog years. That's like 700 years.
Yeah.
I feel good. It's it's always a crazy time here, but
Yeah.
it's a different year, like we have the Penn thing is kind of looming and coming up, and Dave's in Miami, and you guys are going to be huge here. And so it's a lot of change.
Yeah. So like when you get asked questions like that, do you always feel a certain way to answer a certain way? Or like, is there ever a part in the back of your head where like, oh my God, there's shareholders and there's this and that now?
Yeah, a little. I mean, it's funny. I have like a coach, and the coach is like, you're grieving. The coach is like, you have the SADS. And I was like, why do you think? And he's like, you're taking out your frustration on everyone. And I was like, that sounds so terrible. Gaz called me ornery yesterday. Ornery is a terrible word. But I do miss the old days, you know what I mean? And when it was just us, and it was kind of small, and you could have your hands on everything, and there was so much to learn and so much to do, and it was also so much simpler, And now it's just big, like it's which is awesome in its own right. Like we accomplished so much, and we're still accomplishing so much. When I get asked that question, I think about it a little bit of like, all right, who cares about how I answer this, and how would they want me to answer it? But I also want to be on, like, I think the nice thing here is that people are pretty honest about how things are.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Where it's like we are so embedded in our authenticity, where that's what makes us us. But at the same time, you never want to hear a CEO of a publicly traded company be like, honestly, I feel like shit.
This is a shit show.
Yes,
this
exactly.
Sucks.
So that's
which is like kind of like I was saying to Eddie before we got on. Like I walk in here and it's like somebody's trashed the New York office, and it was like, I'd like to be like Dave and I are talking about like strategy. We're more like, did Tico trash the office? Who was there at 3 a.m.? Like, who's saying this? Do we have the tape? Like, which I love about Barstool Sports, because that's the same fucking conversation Dave and I were having in like 2016.
Yeah.
So like some things, the more things change, the more things stay the same.
YP having after parties.
Remember YP had the after party, and then the Yankees guys, the cleaning lady didn't show up because it was Columbus Day or something, and the Yankees guys trashed the office. I mean, we have Dave and I were reminiscing this morning of like, we have a long history of people behaving badly at the office.
Yeah, the more things change, the more they stay
That's
the same.
right.
One of my main questions is that how do we stay us though?
Because have to stay us.
That's so a big thing is too, we're hiring a lot of people.
Yep.
We hired
Too many.
a lot of people upstairs, right? What was
a lot of people upstairs.
What was it, like 150 people?
100 people by July of this year. There was an ask on 2 Mondays ago for 100 more people, which we are not going to be hiring.
100 more people.
This quarter.
Who asks?
Fucking everyone. Like they just trot down. And the problem is I'm nice about it or an idiot, depending. Where like Chase will trot into my office and be like, I need 8 more heads. Here's why. And then, Alex will come in, and then Berger comes in. It's like, rope. I need more salespeople. And I'm like, all right. Like, and then it's 100. Next thing you know, it's 100 people. We can't do things that way.
But if there's a situation where we hire, we got this person from Bleacher Report, we got this person from Vox, we got this person from here. At what point is it, well, this is great, we got this person from here. At what point are we becoming those people and
100%.
not becoming Barstool?
Huge concern.
Yeah.
Huge. I worry about that all the time.
Yeah.
We have to stay Barstool. How would you keep us Barstool?
It's a good question. And that's why I asked. Yeah. Because when it comes to the third floor, and I think promoting from within, like you said.
Totally. The Hank of it all is the perfect example. How do you stay Barstool?
Exactly. For sure. And, I don't pretend to know. And I think that's a good thing that we do, is kind of let people do their own thing and not kind of micromanage that.
Definitely.
And almost to a fault at times. Right. And we're honest about that as well. But I think the Hanks of the world's help in that aspect.
I agree. I think that we have to do things that don't make sense. Like, I think that the weirdness of Barstool, Barstool's really weird. There's just a lot of characters here. like it's so funny, like this will be dated by the time it comes out, but like this morning, like somebody trashed the podcast studio and they had people here all night. Like on one hand, I'm annoyed. It's disrespectful. It's annoying to everybody else to have to clean up people's mess. But on the other hand, I'm like, that can only happen at Barstool Sports.